My name is Allison, and I'm a teen librarian at the Schaumburg Township District Library. And it is time for another episode of Lunch and Listen, where I invite you to grab your lunch and sit back and relax while I share some young adult reading recommendations. So, today's theme is books that pair well with a mug of hot chocolate. So, what exactly do I mean by that? Well, I chose 3 very different books that all take place in a very cold setting, making them the perfect books to read while drinking a mug of hot chocolate. So, let's get started. First up is Not If I Save You First by Allie Carter. Logan is the son of the president. Maddie is the daughter of a Secret Service agent. 6 years ago, they were best friends, but one near fatal night tore them apart. Now Maddie lives in a remote cabin in Alaska with her dad and hasn't heard a word from Logan since that night 6 years ago. That is, until he shows up at their doorstep in Alaska. And soon after that, Logan is kidnapped. And it's up to Maddie to save him from not only the kidnappers, but the harsh Alaskan wilderness. Not If I Save You First is a romantic thriller with a tough and clever female lead that does the saving, and a whole lot of action that will appeal to fans of both survival books and romance books. It's a quick read, not only because of its fast pacing, but because it's actually only about just under 300 pages. So, next up is Turtle Under Ice by Juleah de Rosario. This novel is a novel in verse, and it's a story of how 2 sisters learn to deal with the grief of their mother's death. It's told from both sisters' point of views. There's Ro, who loves soccer and has many friends, while Ariana isn't sure what her passion is and really keeps to herself. They have both been trying to cope as best as they can with their mother's death 6 years ago, while slowly drifting apart. When their stepmother has a miscarriage, their heartbreak over losing yet another family member brings their grief to the surface, pushing Ariana to leave during a very cold snowstorm without telling anyone where she is going. Turtle Under Ice is a heartbreaking and moving story about grief and family. I will say that while this is a terribly sad book, it is definitely worth reading. All right. So now we're going to switch gears a little bit and talk about The Winter Duke by Eliza Bartlett. Ikata, one of 13 children of a very powerful duke, has been working hard to avoid her siblings trying to kill each other with the hopes to achieve her dream of leaving her very dangerous family behind and study at university. But, of course, that all changes when everyone in her family, but Ikata, is put under a magical illness. This forces Ikata to become Duke, something she is completely unprepared for and definitely not what she wanted. And she has to deal with unwanted suitors and a competition, and all while trying to solve the mystery of her family's illness. So she has just a little bit going on. The Winter Duke takes place in a castle made of ice, where magic is harvested from the underwater kingdom in the magical world below. The Winter Duke is an LGBTQ fantasy with a unique and interesting magic system, court politics, an intriguing mystery, and some romance. All right, so that wraps up today's video of books to read with a mug of hot chocolate. As always, the list of the books I discussed today, along with links to past Lunch and Listen videos, are in the description below. Thank you all so very much again for watching. I hope you have a nice afternoon, and please stay safe. Happy reading!